Yo, man, what is good, YouTube? It's your boy, Dub Savage Gamer, man. And I'm back with another video. And in this video, I want to talk about one of my favorite players to watch ever since his sophomore year in high school, Dennis Smith Jr. Now, for those of you guys who don't really know too much about him and just heard about him this year, maybe, I go way back from his 10th grade year, but he's been on the scene since like his 8th grade year in middle school. He's been playing on a high school level since middle school, and he faced every single top guard in the country since his 10th grade year by winning every single individual matchup, which gave him his #1 ranking in his class. And then there might be a group of y'all who are saying, well, why wasn't he ahead of Lonzo Ball in Lonzo's senior season? Well, there's a thing called injuries. And then came the doubters talking about, well, his game is explosive. You know, that's like Russell Westbrook without his speed and athleticism. So they were saying he wouldn't be able to bounce back from it. But luckily he did, and now look where he is today. With this injury, though, he wasn't alone. One of his best friends in high school, Harry Giles, who was ranked the #1 player, period, out of all positions, he was also injured in high school, which caused Harry to sit out the McDonald's All-American game, Ball is Life All-American game, USA Basketball, and many other platforms to branch yourself out there before going into college. But even though he didn't get to partake into any of these events, he was still invited, which lets you know what type of player he was. But for Dennis Smith, he chose to sit out his entire senior year. And all the colleges were cool with that, being that every single person, every single head coach in the nation wanted him. Duke, North Carolina, but he chose North Carolina State. And a lot of people felt like he made a bad decision by going to State instead of the big North Carolina or Duke or, Kentucky. But I feel like that was the best place for him as a player and to grow and to go on to the next level. Because you have a guy that doesn't have to fight for playing time, but he knows his goal like right away. He still plays the competition of a Duke or North Carolina, but he doesn't have nearly the same roster. And that is a load to carry, in which not a lot of players are ready for that, as a freshman in college. They could carry, their teams in their own state, but, you can't carry a team like my high school, Acadiana High, and expect to go on a national level like by yourself. Every player needs help, talented players around them to make them look better. But this place is best for him because now he didn't get a top 5, pick. He's not a top 5 pick, #9, and it's not as much pressure, so he gets to go to Dallas, right? And the keys are being handed to him. So I believe he's gonna be a player like Steve Franchise. A lot of y'all younger viewers might not know him, but he was a guy that right out of college averaged 20 a game. But he's gonna be a guy that's expected, kind of to average 17, 18 points a game and like 7, 8 assists a game in his first year. So I feel like if he would go to Kentucky or Duke or one of those places, North Carolina, he wouldn't. I don't think he would be ready to carry the load, or I would still have questions about it. So now that y'all know a little bit about this dude's history in basketball from age 13 on up to now in the present, let me tell y'all why I feel like he has the chance to be what D Rose didn't finish off on. And what I mean by that is right after Derrick Rose won the league MVP, which, stop it right here. I'm not saying that Dennis Smith Jr. is going to win the MVP in 3 years or this year or whatever, but I'm just saying that without injuries, you know what I mean, God, knocking on wood, and, if God spares him, I mean, he could become like with Derrick Rose. You know what I'm saying? Around like that 25 point per game. I think that's guaranteed right there. But he seems to have a better jump shot as of right now. He seems to be as explosive, and he looks stronger than Derrick Rose. Like, honestly. And I mean, like, on some real, like, I don't think there's guys like coming into the league like changing the game, really too much anymore. The last guy to do that was Carl Anthony Towns. Last year was kind of like, man, it was tough to watch for a lot of the guys. But I think guys nowadays are a little bit more skilled. You know what I mean? Like, they're more skilled. Skill doesn't mean you're as dominant. You know what I mean? Because I think maybe Kyrie might be the most like skilled player. Talking about like with handles, shooting, like the full package. You know what I mean? Like, just watch value. You know what I mean? Like, you could watch this dude highlights any day of the week. You know what I mean? Like, but LeBron to some people might not be as flashy as a Kyrie or whoever. You know what I mean? But he's better. He's more dominant. So I'm not talking about like the impact, but I'm talking like these players nowadays have that watch value to them. So please don't get that mixed up, y'all. Like, but I mean, I don't know how he became that type of player at such a young age, but he says he looks up to guys like Chris Paul for, his floor general, play style, and I see that in his game a little bit. Seeing in the summer leagues, his passes that he makes, how he plays in the pick and roll. He said also Russell Westbrook. Obviously, you could tell, and he was saying Damian Lillard. How he gets his shot off a lot of times, like Dame's, hesitation, how he shuffles his feet like a billion times, in like 2 seconds, and shoots quick. I mean, I think if he focuses on those things, he'll be Derrick Rose 2.0 times two. You know what I mean? And I mean, I believe like in the system that he's gonna be playing in, they're gonna get him the ball. He's gonna learn from Dirk. For a whole year, maybe 2 years, really, maybe three. Dirk could play till he's 50 years old, in my opinion. But anyways, man, I think that's the type of player that he'll be. Now we just gotta watch and see what'll happen. You know what I mean? Derrick Rose was one of my favorite players to watch back in way before like he won the MVP when he was a rookie. And that year, he also played against Rajon Rondo in the playoffs, and that was so lit back then, man. That was probably one of the best times to watch basketball or to start watching it, cause that was in the middle like of an era, you know what I mean? And then it kind of it's funny to see how the game has changed so much. Just 6 years ago, it was totally different. You know, I mean, yeah, so many Chicago Bull fans, but now you see all Warriors. So yeah, the league changed a whole lot, a whole lot. Watch value was guy getting to the rim and doing a reverse cradle layup or something like that, like Derrick Rose. But now it's like a deep 3-point shot, like a bad shot. You know what I mean? And making it look cool. So I mean, the league has changed, but hopefully he can mesh those two together, because that can make an unstoppable player. No one in the league will be able to stop Dennis Smith Jr. So, leave a like, man, if you enjoyed this video. If you agree with me, let me know. You know what I'm saying? If you disagree with me, let me know as well in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe if you like this video, and and if you enjoy my content, watch my old videos. You know what I mean? I have a lot of them that I'm really proud of. You know what I mean? I'm gonna leave it, on the screen right now. It should pop up the last 20 seconds. But anyways, man, I'm talking too long. Hope you enjoyed the video, man. And I'm out. Peace.